Hello everybody and welcome back to Total OS Today. Before I begin my look at Banshee Media Player, one small thing I would like to mention. There's something very annoying about upgrading Linux-based operating systems. The upgrading itself isn't too terribly difficult. It's waiting for the rest of the other software to catch up. Case in point, I normally use Kazam screencasting for all of my Linux-based videos. It runs terrific. However, it is not ready, apparently, to be installed in Linux Mint 11. So I am forced to use the terminal command to do this video. It works fine, but let's face it, you will never hear a Windows user look at this and say, "Hey, that looks cool." Okay, enough of that. Let's get to Banshee. Alright. Under Sound and Video, Banshee Media Player. This is now the default media player for Linux Mint 11 and Ubuntu 11.04 with Unity. I made a comment once that Linux-based media players will not win any beauty contest. I just haven't seen any in terms of looks that compare to the Windows-based media players. Now, I know there's Xbox Media Player, XBMC, and one or two more that look kind of cool, but they're usually not that functional, easy to use, and sometimes not very stable. I've tried them before. They're okay, but anyway. For this screencast, let's take a look at Banshee Media Player. Now the main difference between this and the default, what was default Rhythmbox in the previous edition of Linux Mint, is that Banshee plays video. Alright, just a quick look here. Here you have your default panes. If you go to view here, you can change this by clicking context pane. And of course you have the show browser, show cover art here at the bottom, which I don't have any music downloaded to this operating system yet. I just installed Linux Mint 11 not too long ago. But starting from the left top, you have Media, Edit, View, Playback, Tools, and Help. One thing I did notice about Banshee Media Player that is highly customizable. You can add extensions to this. The equalizer is already installed by default. You can go to Preferences and you can change the specific functions here. Here we have the extensions. We can add a YouTube extension if I wanted to, and so on and so forth. Let me close that here. Bottom right is the Wikipedia icon link to give you information about your currently playing music. Going back to the left, we have Now Playing, Play Queue, Music, Audiobooks, Videos, Favorites, Unwatched, Podcast, Radio, Amazon MP3 Store, which I believe replaces the Ubuntu One Music Store, the Miro Guide for assortment of multimedia, the Internet Archive, the one I used a few weeks ago to listen to War of the Worlds was, what did I click? Audiobooks? I think I clicked that, and I went to a website called LibriVox, right at the top here, LibriVox, which is a site for free downloadable audiobooks based on some of the classics, such as War of the Worlds, as you see here, The Art of War, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and these stories are read by volunteers, which I think is terrific, and this is a feature that is installed in Banshee Media Player. And the last thing here is Last.fm. I don't have an account for this music website, and I may not have one anyway, or I may not choose to have one anyway. But anyway, this is just a quick look at Banshee Media Player. I was using 1.8. This is version 2.0. I'm sure it works fine. 1.8 so far for me has been flawless. Alright, well that's it for a quick look at Banshee Media Player. And before I hit the Q for quit button here in the terminal, which looks cool, doesn't it? As always, thank you for watching Total OS today, and I will catch you sometime in the future.